Her smile, once the warmth that greeted every morning of mine, now lit up the world for someone else. The curve of her lips, the sparkle in her eyes, unchanged but no longer mine. I stood across the street, gazing into the cozy cafe that had been our sanctuary. In that space, our laughter once echoed, mingled with whispered secrets and dreams shared in quiet moments. Now it held her with another man seated across from her. He was the stranger who had taken my place. Her head tilted back as her laughter spilled out, a sound so familiar, but it no longer belonged to me. Her eyes danced with a joy that tore at the fabric of my heart. It didn't break with the drama of a film scene, no grand gestures or tears. No, it shattered quietly, like the collapse of a building succumbing to its own weight. I hadn't meant to be there. I hadn't planned on walking by or facing this moment unprepared. But fate has a cruel way of timing things, doesn't it? I lingered too long, foolishly hoping that she might look my way, that somehow the past would flicker to life again. She didn't. He reached across the table, his fingers grazing hers. She didn't pull away. That was when I knew. It was over. Not in the way you expect, tangled in confusion, but simply, done. I turned and walked away, each step heavy, as though my heart was dragging an unseen weight behind it. My chest felt tight, and every breath felt like it was being pulled through a fog. No tears came, not yet. Instead, a dull numbness settled over me. It wasn't sharp, but it was suffocating, wrapping me in a silence that drowned out everything else. I remembered the night she left. She had said we were growing distant, that something felt wrong, though neither of us could pinpoint what had changed. Perhaps she was right. We had stopped moving in sync. No more swaying together in the kitchen, no more interlacing our fingers on long drives, no more whispering, "I love you," just because the silence begged for it. She had blamed my job. I pointed to bad timing. But deep down, we both knew we were afraid to question the one thing that should have mattered most, whether we still loved each other. By the time she packed her things, I didn't fight, didn't beg. I just stood there waiting for her to turn back, but she never did. I stayed in the apartment, its creaking floors and harsh morning light now strangers to me. Her scent lingered long after she was gone, fading slowly, like a memory struggling to hold on. On quiet nights I would check my phone, hoping for a message that would never come. Months passed. I tried to move on. I met new people, went through the motions pretending I was fine. But none of them felt like her. Maybe that was the problem. I wasn't meant to replace her, but to move beyond her. I hadn't done that yet. And then I saw her, glowing beside someone new. I told myself it was the closure I needed, that seeing her happy would help me let go of the hold she still had on me. But it didn't. It only twisted the pain into something new. I vanished for a while, deleted apps, avoided old haunts, even found a new coffee shop. I needed space, not just from her, but from the person I had been while loving her. I needed to rebuild. Weeks later, a storm came. One of those torrential rains that doesn't feel like weather, but a personal reckoning. The rain arrived without warning, unrelenting, drenching everything in its path. I was walking home, soaked through, hood up, my thoughts scattered between nothing and everything. And then I heard it, my name, soft, trembling, achingly familiar. I turned. There she was, across the street, drenched, her hair clinging to her face, her eyes locked on mine as if time itself had stopped. She called again, louder. "My God, it's really you." I stood frozen, unsure if I was dreaming or if I had finally lost my grip on reality. She took a step closer, tears blending with the rain. "I've been searching for you." Questions flooded my mind. Why now? Why after all this time? Why after you shared your laughter with someone else? But she spoke first, her voice breaking. "I saw you that day at the cafe. I didn't know what to say." I blinked, the words catching in my throat. "You looked happy," I managed. "I wasn't," she said, voice cracking. "I was pretending. I kept pretending for weeks, but it never felt right." "Then why?" I asked, my voice barely a whisper. "Because I thought you had moved on. You let me go so easily. I thought maybe I had imagined what we had," she said, the truth spilling out. "I loved you. I still do. But I didn't know if you wanted me back." And there it was. The truth, trembling and soaked in the storm. I stood there, silent, my heart racing as I wrestled with the weight of it all. "I was wrong," she said, her eyes pleading. "I walked away thinking I'd find something better, but all I found was how much I missed you." The silence stretched between us, not heavy with tension, but filled with all the things we hadn't said. And then I spoke, my voice low. "I waited. Not because I thought you'd come back, but because I didn't know how to let you go." She stepped closer. "I don't want you to let go. Not this time. I want us to start again. From the beginning, if you'll let me. I looked at her, the woman who had once broken me, now standing in the rain asking for another chance. Forgiveness is never easy and trust even harder. But love? True love doesn't vanish. It lingers, waiting for the right moment to resurface. Maybe this was that moment. Maybe this storm wasn't the end but the beginning. I reached for her hand and for the first time in months the rain no longer felt cold.